Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today's the 20th of November, 2022. We are going to talk about the stock market crash update. I told you all in my last video that the S&P 500 could run 10% to the upside, and that is pretty much what the market has done. I'm going to talk about what we're looking at into the market for the three indexes, the Dow, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ, and see where the market is going to go. Check this out. I did a price prediction update for the Dow. Now check this out. Out of the three indexes, overwhelmingly the Dow is strongest. You guys can see that the market has even broken the downtrend in the Dow. That's fantastic because a lot of people have been bearish, a lot of people have been scared, a lot of people haven't been recommending which stocks to buy, and you guys can see that the Dow has been on a massive run up. I came through and produced a video for these three indexes on October the 23rd, 2022. You guys can still go see the video. This is the proof right here that we anticipated the market in the Dow was going to go higher. Now, our ultimate TP price was around $32,600. That gave us 4.83%. Now, if we were to get out the market in the Dow here, check this out. That profit is now standing around 8%. Okay, check that out. Congratulations, because you all saw the same thing. You won in the market. Now, check this out, though. I was looking for the long-term view in the Dow to go down, right? We might need to change it. We might need to suck this up as a loss and say, hey, the market doesn't look like the Dow is trying to go down right now. Let's keep it real. Looking at this on the weekly chart, the Dow is extremely strong. We haven't hit a resistance point just yet. We haven't seen it. So we need to get rid of this because the market sentiment has changed. And when it changes, we need to change right alongside with the market. So let's cut this out. So if we were to get on the last trade of Friday, that's around 14% loss. But I want you guys to remember that when I did this original price prediction, I had prior areas of TP, areas that we can see price in the Dow run down towards, right? And it hasn't done it. Maybe it has here, but I'm not sure. You got to go back and look at the video. It's still there. So let's go ahead and cut that out. That's around 14% loss there. But now we need to talk. Would you agree? We need to look at the Dow in a totally different light. This has been on a massive run up. Okay, massive, very strong, bullish upturn has occurred in the Dow. So over the last, 6 weeks, the market ran up 19%. It did a complete V. Check this out. The Dow has made a complete V move. Went down, came straight back up. Now, are we going to hit some resistance? I would think so. When the market runs that high so fast, you would expect us to get hit with some resistance. And we're there. I'm here to tell you that right now. The resistance area is at 34,000 points. So we need to identify this point. Okay, and we have. Now, that is the line. That line delineates where we would expect sellers to appear and buyers to run across issues. They're going to try to break price above 34,000 points. The buyers are, but I'm not sure they're going to be successful initially in the beginning stages. Now, we got a couple of areas of support that buyers can come in at. Let's say 33,000. They can even come in around 32,000 points. Okay. I want us to recognize that this is where we are looking for the buyers to run across some issues. Okay. Now take a look at this on the 2 weeks. There's still some strength here. The market in the Dow still looks pretty bullish on a 2 weekly price bar. Look at that. So this 34,000 point, even though we recognize that this could be the first spot that sellers could show up, they don't look like they're going to cause a lot of problems for the buyers. We may need to lift this second resistance area to around 35. This is the 3 weeks. Look at this last completed 3 week price bar. Look at that. So from a 3 weekly perspective, I mean, I would have to say that the market still looks pretty strong. It looks bullish still. Look at the last completed 5 weeks price bar. Looking at this from 5 weeks out, this looked like the market in the Dow is going to attempt to make all-time highs again. Just looking at this on 5 weeks, this one 5 weekly price bar literally took out the prior 2 5 weeks in one. So this tells me that you still should be looking for price in the Dow to trend higher. It's just that simple. So what we're going to do for the Dow is we're going to look for price to go higher. Okay. Now from a weekly perspective, we want 32,000 points to really hold support. I'm going to bring it down to like 31,700. Okay. First price target is going to be around 35, which is around 3 3/4%. Second price target is going to be around 35,600, which is 5.5. Third price target is going to be around 36, which is 6.85% moving higher. Now, initially, be prepared for the weeks to try to come in and restrict price to go up. I definitely want to make sure I mention that to you all there. Okay. Now let's go ahead and go to the second one, which is the NASDAQ. You guys can see here that the NASDAQ hasn't been too strong as the Dow. Yes, we've seen price go up. You guys can see here that we played the bullishness into the market in the NASDAQ right here on October the 17th, 2022. We are in profit. The market high on the last weekly price bar would have garnered us around what? 6.68%. We'll take it, right? Now, let's cut that out the way. You guys can see that we got another price prediction on the chart in the NASDAQ, the long-term one, and it still looks applicable more than the Dow, right? The Dow is extremely bullish comparative to the NASDAQ. We are still trending below our downtrend line in the NASDAQ, and we just saw on the Dow that it wasn't trending below the downtrend line. It broke out from that. So looking at this from this perspective, should we continue to go forward and look for the NASDAQ to go down, or should we follow the trend of the Dow, meaning looking for the price to go up? This is the 2 weekly chart in the NASDAQ. Now, again, I think you guys can tell where the sellers are positioned in the NASDAQ as well. And they are coming in right around here. Okay. So if we're going to look for price in the NASDAQ to go higher, this is the first point of contention between the market, between the buyers and the sellers. They're positioned and staged right here around 12,000 points. But take a look at this. Even though the NASDAQ is not as strong as Dow, there's still some strength here. Look at this 3 weekly price bar here. Okay. We saw over the last 3 weeks price in the NASDAQ come down, but we were able to see the price close at the high of the bar. That tells me that there's still some bullishness on the chart. You can see it even here on the 5 weeks. Okay. So the objective for this particular video is, should we let this long-term play in the NASDAQ of us looking for price to go down, or should we cut this and look for the market in the NASDAQ to go higher? I think we need to cut this. So we're going to do that. So let's go ahead and cut this out. We're going to get out on this particular trade here. That's 2.97% loss. Okay. Now again, go back and look at my other video, because you guys can see that we did play some weakness in the NASDAQ there. One of our price targets probably was hit. I'm not sure. Just had to go back and look at it. All right. So look, check this out. The price target that we're going to look at though for the NASDAQ is going to be here first. Okay. So let's say that resistance is coming in around 12,200 points. That's the first price target. My second one's going to be 12,500. Okay, and I think I'm just going to leave it there, those two price targets for the NASDAQ, because it's not extremely bullish like the Dow is. Okay, so that first one is going to be here, around 12,250. You guys can see it's around 5% market move there. And then 12,500 for the second one. It's around 7%. Okay, now we recognize that the market resistance is going to get like a double whammy. The buyers are going to get hit with a double whammy right here around 12,000 points. This is where we will see the downtrend come in contact with the resistance area. That means that in order for the market to really break bullish in the NASDAQ, it's going to require a whole lot of volume to break these two lines. Be prepared for that. Okay, be prepared for it. Now we're going to look for the price in the NASDAQ to continue to trend higher as long as it holds, I would say here, around 10,900 points, give or take. Okay, so that's the NASDAQ. Now let's get into this last one. Move this over to the weekly chart. Let's go ahead and get over to the last one, which is S&P 500 real quick. You guys can see that it came in here, our ultimate price target right here, which is around 6.25. Okay, let's cut that out. Now again, the S&P 500 is not as strong as the Dow. Take a look at this. We're still seeing price under the trend line. So this is weak compared to the Dow as well. So if you're trying to find stocks that are trending bullish, you need to look at the stocks that uphold the Dow. It's just that simple. Other stocks within the NASDAQ and S&P 500 are a little bit weaker than the ones that are positioned in the Dow. Now, should we cut this out? Because the resistance area that I'm seeing in the S&P 500 has already been pretty much tagged last week. So we may begin this upcoming trading week looking at the S&P 500 going down. Yes, I just want to prepare you all for it because I know a lot of people are not going to talk to you all and give you all the truth. 2 weeks though. Okay, look at this. So right here on this 2 weekly price bar, this should have been the 2 weeks that we would have said, okay, cool. We're going to look for the price to go down, but it didn't. It went up instead. So many people are talking about a crash. So many people are talking about the S&P 500 is going to continue to trend lower. It is just not being seen on the chart right now. Now, I do think we are approaching it, but it's not revealing itself on the chart. Look at this. This looks just like the NASDAQ. So I'm going to place some strength on the chart again for the S&P 500. But again, we're going to be a little bit more conservative than what we were in the Dow. The NASDAQ and the S&P 500, we're going to be a little bit more conservative on how high we think the price is going to go. We are, because these indexes, the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, are both trading below the downtrend line. Okay, so that first price target that I'm going to look at in the S&P 500 is around 4,060 points. So let's go ahead and cut this last price prediction out right here. We're working on the last trade. There, we will be down 7.4%. Got it. 5 weeks. Look at this. Instead of the market in the S&P 500 continuing to go down, following this 5 weekly price bar, it went up instead, and it went at the high of the bar. So let's see. Back at it on the weekly chart. I think we can see it better on the 2 weeks. Okay. So 4,060 points is the first price target, which is around 2.34%. That's it. Okay. Second price target is going to be up here towards 4150, which is around 4.57%. Third one, let's try to see around 42.25. I'm not really that bullish in the S&P 500 though. I'm not. I'm just going to keep it real, but I'm going to put that third price target up there just in case. And we want to allow the market buyers to hold support around 37.25. All right, that is it. I am done. Go ahead, hit that like button, and also subscribe. If you guys can't get a particular type of analysis this fast, this quick, understanding what the market is really trying to do, you need to follow somebody else. That's why I want you all to join me. Hit the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will talk to you all later, and we'll see how high the buyers are able to move these indexes as we conclude 2022.